Horror Junk. This is Tim and Shay reporting for a very special episode, live-ish, from Horror Hound weekend in Indianapolis. Tonight we're reviewing Hatchet. But, you know, to be honest, we're not really going to review it. We're going to send it off to the fans. But first, Shay's going to recap the movie here for us.
Okay, Hatchet was about Victor Crowley and the legend of him out in the swampy waters of New Orleans. And it's about these 6 people who go on a boat ride to get a tour of the area. And basically they end up getting slaughtered by Victor Crowley, who is a beast played by Kane Hodder. So we're not going to review it, as Tim said, but we're going to throw it to everyone else here to give their review of it.
All right, so here we are, Horror Hound weekend with Freddie and Amy from Night of the Living podcast. They're going to be our special guest reviewers today. So you guys have both seen Hatchet?
Yes.
Yes, we have.
What did you think?
We're split on this. Split decision. I loved it. I thought it was really funny. I really thought, like, comic timing was down. It was kind of like a comedy with a touch of horror. And when the horror came in, it was really over the top and gory and really funny.
Okay.
Everything he just said was wrong.
How?
It wasn't funny. It was really sitcom-y. And not in like good sitcoms like Scrubs or The Office, but like bad ones, like that new Back to You show with Kelsey Grammer.
Now, what did you think of it overall?
I'm the one who's got the prance. I'm the one who wears the pants. I wear the pants.
It was, I would say, very comical. It was very funny, but at the time intense and frightening.
So you've seen Hatchet?
Yes, I have.
What'd you think of it?
I like the ending.
Okay. Now,
I didn't really like the makeup effect too much on the monster.
you didn't. Why not?
I just thought it was kind of, I don't know, like he had, I don't know, it just was way out of proportion.
Too lumpy?
Yeah, I'm a big Kane Hodder fan, so.
We figured there was no better person to talk to Hatchet about than Tony Todd, who actually appears in the movie.
Time and one time only. However, in Hatchet 2, they send me out in the swamp to deal with that herky-jerky character over there, Kane Hodder, a.k.a. Victor Crowley.
I dug it. Adam's a friend, and I was pleasantly surprised that it was a cool flick. Good throwback 80s slasher style. Lot of fun.
What would you give it on nudity, 1 to 5?
As good or
Yeah,
as,
5 is good, 1 is eh.
I would say 3 because there wasn't a whole lot of nudity in it.
Nudity, it has to get a 3 on nudity.
Oh, really?
There's a lot.
I would have gone 4.
It's only tops.
Oh,
It's only tops.
I'm sorry.
So you can only go to 3 if it's tops only?
It's tops only. It's tops only.
But I thought the tops
you don't
were
wanna know.
decent. They were
I
good.
could see that. I could see that.
Yeah.
I agree.
You don't want to know my scale and how it's made up.
2.
Only a 2.
Really, boob shots in it.
I would say definitely probably a 4, maybe a 4.5, because I mean those chicks are popping their tops pretty often, so that was really cool.
A 2.
Only 2.
Yeah, I mean, there was nudity, but I mean, if you want me to give you a 1 to 5, I want to see tits. You know what I'm saying? To me, 5 is porn. You know, so it wasn't porn.
In terms of nudity, what would you give Hatchet?
3.
Not enough boobs for you?
Oh, not really.
All right. Blood and gore, 1 to 5.
Definitely a 5 on the gore.
I'd say 4 on the gore. Yeah.
I'd give that a 5.
5.
Yeah, they did
I
good.
did like the cut in half, the older guy.
Blood and gore, I'd give it 4.5.
Okay.
3.5 to 4. It was good, but I like it. It can always be redder. Come on.
And how about the death scenes?
The death scenes were good. Everybody, I'm sure, the over the head rip, that is by far the best. That's the one that stands out for sure.
Unique, cool, creative things. I mean, when he pulls the guy's head back, that was really good. Splits the person in half. I mean, the chick with the belt sander on the face was really cool.
Oh, the death scenes in Hatchet, it's like a roller coaster. And the best way to see Hatchet is in a room full of people and playing beer pong. So for that factor alone, for the beer pong factor and the violence level in Hatchet, a big 5.
There was some that you couldn't really see as much as others, so I'd probably give it a 4.
I give it a 5 on death scenes too.
5 on death scenes. This is going to make it seem like I liked it.
Yeah,
Wow.
see what happens? The numbers don't lie.
How did you do that?
Yeah.
Overall, just 1 through 5, what did you think of it?
I would give it a 5 rating.
Okay.
I like it. I'd like to see a sequel to it.
Okay.
Well, that's not fair because as an actor, all my movies are children. They're all children, you know. So I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just a jaded kind of, and I mean 5 is not fair. That's like asking Kobe Bryant who's the best team in the world.
Basing it on budget and all those factors, I'd give it a 4. Because I mean I know it's a low budget film and it was really well executed. And
Well, this will make it up. Overall, then, what would you give it?
Overall, I would give it a 3.5. Yeah.
1.5, maybe 2.
Tough crowd.
That doesn't mean I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I did like it.
So that was our review of Hatchet. And I guess I shouldn't say our review. That was the people's review of Hatchet. So I hope you've enjoyed the little departure from listening to Shay and I babble on and
about nothing.
Listen to strangers babble on about nothing. Yeah. But overall, Shay, what would you give Hatchet?
Overall, I'd honestly give it 4.5, 5. It was excellent. I really enjoyed the movie. I can't think of anything bad to say about it. I will note that it was kind of nostalgic of Dodgeball a little bit because there were two actors from Dodgeball, and I did notice in there that it almost seemed like he cast comedy actors in this horror film, which for what he was doing was, I think that's really smart.
Yeah.
It worked really well. You got the token black guy from Not Another Teen Movie and whatever else he's done.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a really good movie. I would definitely recommend that everyone check it out.
I think it's another example of somebody that pulled off horror comedy well, which is a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
And overall, I'd give this thing a 5. It had all the horror elements you need. It was entertaining. It was short and sweet, and it started, of course, another new horror movie icon, legend guy, Victor Crowley, following the tradition of Jason, Freddy, Candyman, Leatherface, all these classic horror guys, and we haven't had one for a while, other than Ghostface from Scream, but
he doesn't count.
Kind of lame.
Yeah, that died. But we did hear while we were at Horror Hound that they're going to be working on the Hatchet too. So, like Tim just said, it might be the start of a new icon, which would be awesome.
And while you're waiting for Hatchet 2, check out the horrorjunk.net website. There's forums. You can call our voicemail, 301-637-JUNK, and leave us a message. I'll send you a prize if I like your message the best. And until then, this is Tim.
And this is Shay.
And we watch crappy horror movies so you don't have to.